Hi all, I'm Tony, this is SV Tapatya and we are, of course, building a cruising sailboat. And it's evening. I don't normally do these things in the evenings, but the light's failing, we'll see how that works. But yeah, let's get to this week. A couple of, well, at least one very big development this week. But we'll start off, you remember last week I fitted that box to the aft end that plays various roles, mainly a sort of mounting platform for the wind vane that will be one day. But the aft nav light was mounted on that, as was the plug where the tiller pilot plugs in. So the first job really this week was to get that wired up to run, and I ran a rather oversized piece of cable because it's sort of a bit exposed at the back there, and I thought bigger was safer. But I run a piece of tinned 3-core wire through there, one with a feed for the autopilot, one with a feed for the nav light, one with the combined negative, and hooked that all up. Well, that's not nice, drilling holes in the boat. Let's see where that's come through. With a bit of luck, that goes down there. Yes. That's not going to be far off, is it? Good, that's close. It's the aft nav light, well, all 3 nav lights on at the moment in the daylight, so you can't see them. Is that one working? The other 2 are up there, you can't see them. Look at that, it still works, man. Somewhere on there like that. There we go. Cool. So now it's the morning and it's a bit rainy, but I'll show you around that aft end construction and show you the latest state of play. Here we go, turning around gently. So there's the cable. I've got this deck cable duct, and that's as far aft as I could put that cable. There's just solid wood after that, so I couldn't run that cable through. So I have to come through there, and you see I've cable tied it up the stanchion. That may change, but it then runs up to that waterproof junction box there, where it junctions off to the aft nav light and the autopilot feed. All works nicely. You'll see that I've got the full 6 coats of epoxy primer on that block, and you'll see that bronze fitting that I've made up. Let me turn back around, and that bronze fitting is a custom piece that I made. The standard one is a very thin little low thing that's designed to put in a cockpit seat or whatever, and that wouldn't have done the job here because the tiller sits so high. So I decided to make that custom one. I had a bit of stock bronze and turned that up. Set up on that. That's better. Right. So you turn down that much of it. I bought this parting tool. You know, it wasn't very expensive, I must admit, but in truth it's fine on, you know, POM or aluminium, but as soon as you put it near anything a bit harder, it struggles. So as you've just seen, it was time to get the slightly more low-tech parting tool out, and in truth it does a fine job. That thing's useless. I'll finish it off in the ice. It actually comes out fairly well like that. But, I just put it in and face it up now. Not bad. I forget about the weather anyhow. How hot is that? Yeah, there it is. Well, that'll do for now. That needs to be taken out to 9.6. At the moment it's only 9.5. I need to get a drill for that. All the way down? Probably is. So I've just been indoors to look for the price of a 5/8 UNC nut. There's only one place around here that sells them, and they have a minimum order of €25. And I don't want to spend €25 on one nut, so I've got a 5/8 UNC tap. I'm gonna make one. It would be cheaper, that's for sure. So the metric drill size for 5/8 UNC is 13.5 mil. So I'm just gonna drill it out to 13.5 millimeters. Pause it. That'll do. Good. Finish that off in the vise. That should be it. Well, that'll be fine, won't it? That'll be fine. Put that on there with some grips. So I need to take this out to 9.6 millimeters, and sadly I haven't got a 9.6 millimeter drill, but I have got a reamer. I'm going to try my luck with that, I think, either by hand or possibly in the lathe. We'll see what happens. Go down to about that sort of a depth, about down to there somewhere. I think we've got a bit to go yet. I might just put this in the lathe and see what happens. Try that. It's hopeful, I think. Yeah, that's perfect. It's perfect. That looks good. And there you see that nut that I've put on there. It's just round, so I tightened it up with a pair of grips, but it doesn't need to be particularly, stunningly tight. And that's come out very well. I'm pleased with that, and saved me, as I say, it would have cost me at least 25 bucks to get a nut that size. Ridiculous. So that does the job.
good.
And over in Scotland, Hazel is underway again as I speak to you right now. She's sailing right now. And yesterday she had the pleasure, shall we say, of visiting the Talisker whiskey distillery. And I have to say I'm rather fond of a little drop of Talisker. But Hazel's not a big whiskey drinker, but she did go in and try some, and she actually said she enjoyed it, which is amazing. And now she's left that little bay where the Talisker distillery is, and she's heading basically south from there. She's got a good downwind sail day, so she's making the most of it. If you're interested in following her adventures, of course, she's just started a YouTube channel, and there's a link to her channel in this video description.
What else have we done? We've done all the pilots, that one there. Still got to paint the block, but other than that it's done. Stanchions, mast headlights, running rigging, VHF, radar reflected VC tower, lazarette hatch catch, that's in action, propeller, etc. Fix down the starter battery, important one. That bit of anti-slip on the deck. Lock on the hatch, of course, that's what I want to get done before I move. Cleats, fairleads, etc. Mast wedges to make. Put some oil in the sail drive. Forward sheet blocks, that's it. Yeah.
Well, up on the raised deck here, I've started thinking about the cleats and stanchions. I've got a couple of stanchions laid here, there, and you'll see I've got one of these big cleats, and I've just ordered another. This the 30cm 1 foot cleat, looks good, and those bronze fairleads that I've put there. So started thinking about that. Actually, the fitting of these midships cleats is a bit tricky because the bulkhead comes right under there. I did make up a backing plate, but I'll have to cut that backing plate in half and fit it either side of the bulkhead. So it's all a bit tricky, but we'll manage, no doubt.
Ready to be fitted.
So I talked about some big news, and perhaps it's time to get to that. And it is that we have a date for the move. The trucking company have come through. I've communicated with the marina, although I'm still waiting for one answer from them, but to be fair to them, I only mailed them yesterday. But we have a date, and it is the 25th of May when we'll be trucking Tapatya up to the marina. Plan then to stand on the hard for 2 or 3 weeks, just doing some finishing off jobs, and then launch. So we're getting very close. Oh. And that's it for this week. Thank you for watching. As ever, a massive thank you to the lovely, lovely people who support us on Patreon, via PayPal. You know, without you guys, these videos simply wouldn't be possible. If you'd like to support the project, there's a link in the video description to Patreon or our PayPal Me, or PayPal ME, some people say, don't they? Patreon from as little as $1 a month. It's a great way to support this project. Anyhow, there we go. See you next time. We're getting closer. Bye.